It's 4:30 on WKYT this morning. He comes to the rescue of stranded drivers, no matter the weather. We'll ride along with a Central Kentucky tow truck driver as he braves the Arctic air.
Georgetown police investigating an armed robbery, and a clerk says he was scared for his life.
And a man behind bars after an overnight police chase in Lexington. They're looking for others. We'll have a full report coming right up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome in on your Friday as we head toward the weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in. Let's go to Micah, who's got a first track on the weather for us.
Yeah, we're looking outside. Gusty winds. They started to pick up last night, and they're just continuing as our next Arctic front comes barreling on in. That's giving us a few snowflakes and flurries back toward the north and northeast. And all this is going to be traveling down toward the southeast. If you're sitting in Moorhead, you'll be getting this band very shortly. And also there in West Liberty, work your way into Menifee County. Heads up, it is heading in your direction. It's not much, but you know, it's out there. 27 degrees there in Mount Sterling, so anything that falls will stick. I just don't expect many issues out of this band. More than likely, as it gets down toward the south and southeast, Jackson at 28, that's where we could possibly see some sticking on the rooftops and maybe even some yards. We just got to watch out for that. Today's forecast, we're in the 20s this morning. That's your high. By the afternoon, it drops to around 19 degrees with that front barreling on in. Now, how long do we hold on to this? Because we've had it the past couple of days. I'll show you that off into your weekend coming up.
All right, more things to watch. Thank you, Micah.
Well, working outside in bitterly cold air can be brutal, but some people tell us they've been doing it for years.
And they've learned to take some extra precautions to try to stay as warm as possible. WKYT's Jerica Insko rode along with a tow truck driver in Richmond who braves the Arctic cold to help stranded drivers. She continues our First Alert Weather's team coverage.
Some people only experience this cold when they're walking to and from their cars and don't have to be out in it for very long. But for others, they're in this cold all day, like tow truck drivers here in Richmond. Bruce Means has just about always been behind this wheel.
I've done this for 20 years. And I've had some bad winters and mild winters.
This winter so far has, well, just been really cold. And by cold, I mean Arctic cold, like below zero.
And, you know, that long it's hard to stay warm because once you get cold, you're cold.
And sometimes that happens to tow truck drivers like Means. He says his job can be demanding, putting him in the weather for hours at a time.
You touch the chains and the beds of the truck, they're metal, chains are metal. And so, I get real cold pretty quick.
But he knows the people he's picking up are also shivering without a working vehicle and possibly without heat.
All right, thank you. Well, for one, it's dangerous, to be out in the cold. And so, we try to get to them as soon as we can. He'd
rather no one had car trouble during this cold snap.
Just for their sake and mine, no one wants to be out in the cold. And so, maybe everybody can stay warm.
But as long as you're out and about, this guy is too. When they get lots of tow calls at once, they do prioritize calls from people who are stuck on the side of the road in the cold and also wreck calls from police. In Richmond, Jerica Insko, WKYT.
All right, a tough job that he obviously does well. During cold snaps like this one, it's always a good idea to keep extra blankets and warm clothing in your vehicle in case you do break down. Well, just as the Arctic air moved in, an organization that helps those less fortunate in Lexington suffered a tough break. The Lexington Rescue Mission helps hundreds of people each week, but Tuesday an aging sewage pipe ruptured, causing the mission to close its building for now. Crews are now working to repair the pipe. The mission tells us that it is $15,000 as far as the bill to fix it.
It's devastating just to have this sort of expense at this time of the year when we're trying to do the most. We're trying to put most of our resources in helping people.
The mission's building has been closed for this week. It could also be closed next week. Volunteers at Embrace Church have stepped in to allow the rescue mission to provide most of its services at the church on North Limestone.
Well, dozens of school districts canceled classes today because of the bitterly cold temperatures, but many students spent the day learning from home. Some school districts, including Jessamine County, are taking part in a pilot program that allows non-traditional instruction days. Every student receives take-home lessons, and teachers can still be reached by email if students have questions. Parents we talked to like the program.
To be able to help your kids and enjoy a snow day, but also get that education thrown in there too.
School districts receive 10 non-traditional instruction days they can take as part of the pilot program. These days do not need to be made up. And do not forget, you can always help us track severe weather and school closing when you're away from your television. On WKYT.com, you can take control of an interactive First Alert Defender, zoom into your neighborhood. You can also download the First Alert Defender Radar app for your iPad or smartphone. Just search WKYT in your app store. Be sure to help us track the snowfall totals across Kentucky this winter. Send us your photos and videos using the hashtag WKYT Rules Winter.
Right now hitting 436 on WKYT, and new this morning, some scary moments after a robbery at a Georgetown convenience store overnight. Georgetown police say they got the call around 11:15 last night. The clerk there says a man with a gun walked into the store and demanded cash. She says the suspect didn't get away with as much as he could have because she had just dropped off a large amount of money after a rush of customers. That clerk says for a while she was scared for her life.
Honestly, at first I thought it was a joke until I saw the gun, and all I could think about was my children. You know, I was terrified. I've never been in that situation before, ever.
Investigators say the suspect is a white man who was wearing a ski mask and a Carhartt jacket at the time. Also new this morning, Lexington police say they have arrested a man in connection with a break-in at an auto repair store. Police tell us they responded to an alarm around 2 o'clock this morning at Brandenburg's Auto Repair on Versailles Road. When they got there, they found a broken side window and someone running away from the scene. After a quick chase, they arrested one suspect.
A crash on one of Lexington's busiest roads sent 2 people to the hospital. It happened yesterday on Nicholasville Road at Marketplace Drive near Manowar. Police say a Lexus and a Ford collided at the intersection. They say 2 people in the Lexus were taken to UK Hospital. One of those injured could have life-threatening injuries. Lexington police called out their collision reconstruction unit to figure out what caused the crash. Well, he was trying to help others after a crash, but police say a Pulaski County man was killed. Authorities say Leonard Mink was one of 3 people who died during a pileup on snowy Interstate 80 in Pennsylvania. They say Mink got out of his tractor trailer to help some children after an initial crash when he was hit by another vehicle. Family members say Mink will be remembered for being a loving father and grandfather and for his ability to make people laugh.
Some disorder in the court today when part of an eastern Kentucky courthouse flooded. Magoffin County leaders think a faulty sprinkler system started the problem yesterday at the Magoffin County Justice Center, but some pipes burst later in the day, making the damage worse. County leaders say both the district and circuit courtrooms were flooded and they lost some equipment. They say it is not the first time that this has happened.
Last year, the sprinkler system on this side of the building, on the family court side of the building, burst, and we had a leak, but nothing compared to this one.
Court was in session when the pipe started breaking, so the Justice Center was evacuated. Magoffin County leaders aren't sure when it will reopen, but they think that crews can repair the damage quickly. A third of Kentucky counties have elected jailers, but no jails. But one Kentucky lawmaker thinks it's about time to change that. Republican Representative Phil Moffitt of Louisville wants to file a bill that would shift any duties that jailers have in those counties over to the sheriffs. According to the Kentucky Center for Investigative Reporting, the Perry County jailer, for example, makes $69,000 a year, but the county doesn't have a jail. That's the highest salary of any jailer without a jail in the state. Moffitt says his bill could save the state $2 million each year.
You know, $2 million isn't a lot of money in our budget, but we should be able to fix the small things as much as the big things. So let's do something right.
Representative Moffitt said he should be able to file his bill soon. Anderson, Harrison, Mercer, Nicholas, and Bath counties are some of the counties in our area that have jailers, but no jail.